Welcome back, True Seeker. December 18th, 2024. The breaking news this evening, the names of the two victims released from the Abundant Life Christian School shooting. Again, these stories are targeting the Second Amendment. They had to tell you two victims 2 days after the anniversary of Sandy Hook, and they even had to tell you a second grader made the 911 call. But tonight, December 18th, 2 days after the reported shooting, we get the names and the ages of the victims, 14 and 42. And you can see in the headline, the younger victim, the 14-year-old, the student, is Ruby, interesting name, P. Vergara, and the older victim is Aaron M. West, 42, and both pronounced dead at the scene. And the thing about 14 and 42 is that those numbers are very specific to the beginning of the New Testament, the Christian section of the Bible, in light of this being a Christian school. If you're not aware, the New Testament begins with the 42 generations to Jesus, and those 42 generations are divided into 3 sections of 14. Okay, so with regards to the younger victim, the 14-year-old Ruby P. Vergara, her name equates to 78 in Gematria, and we made a big point about this because the school was established in 1978, which is no slouch of a number. And again, Hollywood recently put out a film in 2018 about an Abundant Life Christian church, and the film involves, somebody with mental problems, and their life ends with self-checkout by way of a gun, kind of like what they're saying happened with this shooter here. And as we pointed out, that film came out 78 months and days before the shooting. And again, the school established in 78. The person who directed the film, Paul Schrader, is 78 years old. The name of the film in Gematria, First Reformed, equates to 78. Again, like Scottish Rite, like Order Out of Chaos, and like Jesuit. And it's the Jesuit one that's really the most important. Again, the Jesuits created the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry and wrote the rites for the Scottish Rite. Again, the Jesuits and the Scottish Rite are large and in charge in this nation's capital, Washington, D.C., once known as Rome on the Potomac. But if you're new here, Gematria, the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. It's based on the alphabetic order forwards and backwards. If you run her name in reverse with numerology, Ruby P. Vergara is 78. If you run it forwards with numerology, Ruby P. Vergara is 66, like how mass shooting equates to 66. And for the record, mass shooting is also 159, like Abundant Life Christian School is 159. Again, we've seen these patterns so many times over the years in these shootings. As for the older victim, the 42-year-old Aaron M. West, the gematria of that name is 54, like Jesuit order. Again, like the Jesuit headquarters is at the Church of the Jesu, Building 54, like how 54-year-old John Carroll established the first Jesuit university in this nation's history, Georgetown, which was established in 1789. The same year we got George Washington, the first recognized president. And with regards to the Jesuits, their logo is the sun. Remember, this shooting came 9 days before Christmas, and they said the shooter used a 9mm, and the shooting took place on a date that had numerology of 9 and 18. Notice, with the alphabetic order, sun equates to 54. Again, the Jesuit order's logo is the sun. With the alphabetic order and numerology, sun equates to 9. A 9mm on 9-date numerology, 9 days before Christmas, the sun's birthday. If you run the alphabetic order in reverse, sun and IHS both equate to 18. Again, the date numerology of December 16th, 2024, if you add it up digit by digit, 12, 16, 2024, it becomes 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 6 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, which is 18. The numerology of 18 is 1 plus 8 is 9. So now here we are on the 18th. of the month, the 18th of December, and we get this update in the story. And again, this is the Jesuit Order's logo. IHS is for Isus Hominum Salvator. We'll get to where that matters. It has to do with Sol Invictus, when the Catholic Church began celebrating the sun's birthday on 12/25. The little girl's last name, Vergara, which is the alphabetic order 72, also like Jesuit order. Remember, we got the first Jesuit pope on the 72nd day of the year, the first Jesuit university when John Carroll was 54 years old. The sun moves 1 degree on the astrological wheel every 72 years. And with regards to Sol Invictus, it equates to 134. In the same article with the headline that says the 14-year-old girl's name is Ruby P. Vergara, if you read into the story, they actually give you the full name of her. But what's interesting is in the same story, they don't give you the full name of the woman with the M middle initial, only the little girl. So they say Ruby Patricia Vergara and 42-year-old teacher Aaron M. West. So not sure what the M is for. You could speculate. Is it Mary? As in the Virgin Mary? But notice, Ruby Patricia Vergara is 134, like Sol Invictus. Again, Sol Invictus is Christmas Day. It's when the Catholic Church began celebrating the sun's birthday on 12/25. And with the alphabetic order, Ruby Patricia Vergara is 199, which is the 46th prime number. Again, Sol Invictus is also 46, like Catholic, like Abundant Life, the name of the school, which is 46 years old, again established in 1978, thus 2024 it turned 46. Sacrifice is 46, like Genesis 46 is about sacrifice. And again, Sol Invictus began in 274 AD. What's the IHS stand for in the Jesuit Order's logo? Isus Hominum Salvator, which equates to 274. Again, the Catholic Church and the Jesuits gave us the calendar and the language as we know them at the end of the 16th century, and as I've been educating about for a long time, they've synced up this system, and they've been performing rituals worldwide, from instigating things like this to literally instigating world wars that have shaped the world as we know it. And all of these stories, all of this history has brought us to where we are today, a people wrecked with anxiety, fear, an age where children now hardly play outside because the parents are so scared, so they let them get obese in front of the TV in the name of safety. Again, this is why this needs to be stopped. And with regards to the older woman being 42, Jesuits 42, like Georgetown. I should have put up there Madison is 42. Remember, we talked about this. The shooting was on the 42nd day of the governor's age. Tony Evers, gun and ammo equal 42. So yeah, Madison's another 42. That's a big 42 here. That should have been in the post, but we covered that right when the news broke. And here, just to be fair, let's go back and find it. Let's make sure we got the Tony Evers. Again, if you missed the earlier live stream today, definitely go back and check that. The girl's wearing the KMFDM shirt. 61 days after they opened their tour in the state of Wisconsin. Natalie Rupp, now an active shooter, 61, like Christian, like Christmas. It was the 40th anniversary tour for KMFDM, supposedly the band that inspired the Columbine shooters. But hold on. Oh, yeah. Anyway, here's what I want to get to right here. Tony Evers, the governor. Remember, the mayor was on the 44th day of her age. Shooting in Wisconsin got the 44 connection. And for Tony Evers, born November 5th, remember the 5th of November, that's the day the Jesuits tried to blow up King James with gunpowder. But from that day to the shooting, 42nd day of his age, Now we got the oldest victim, 42. So I don't know what more people need to see, but I say that every day. It's just like, I don't know how people can think all this stuff's a coincidence day after day. It's obvious who runs the show. Again, the same people the founders warned about. Literally, founders warned about what could happen if the Jesuits came out of suppression. And they came out of suppression when James Madison was the president of the United States. Remember, James Madison equals 201, like the Jesuit order equals 201. This shooting was 201 days after Wisconsin's birthday, which is May 29th, anniversary of the state's establishment. Leave it there. Oh, well, you know what? Actually, I'll give you one more. What else equals 201? Heliocentrism. And that was the model that says the sun is the center of it all, and that was agreed to in the 16th century, the century of the Jesuits. All right, we will leave it there. Until next time, Truth Seeker.